Chicks. Double shot, no chaser.
And we're live.
Okay, did we play our intro?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, welcome, everybody to the Two Real Chicks podcast, the weekly wrap up episode.
Rip
What?
up.
Y'all, it's too early. It's too early. Anyway, welcome to the weekly wrap up where we basically talk about the stories that have been trending all week. I am Lyah, the realest of the Two Real Chicks,
And I am Aisha.
And before we get into this week's episode, I do want to briefly talk about the 6 people who lost their lives in Nashville on Monday, I believe it was. This story has been taking over the headlines all week, as most school shootings do, and all they've been getting is thoughts and prayers. And honestly, that shit is tired.
Yeah.
There's no reason why there aren't any like stricter gun laws when it comes to the kind of guns that you own. Because why the hell do you need an assault rifle?
Right. We are not
Why
at
do you
war
need
nowhere
that?
here in India.
Who the fuck are
in the
you at
States.
war with?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hear no shit about, oh, people use it for hunting and da 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 da. No, there are other guns. At this point, they all shoot the fucking same.
Yeah.
This is not a battlefield. And then like you got the senator in Tennessee saying that they're not going to do anything about it because the killer is, the shooter is dead, and the shooter was a former student at the school. I don't give a damn if the shooter got shot and was paralyzed.
Yeah.
That should be enough fire under y'all's asses. And I hate to say it, but I just be wondering, is it going to take for y'all's kids to be shot the fuck up?
Possibly.
For y'all to give a fuck? Like, that's fucking ridiculous. And then 9-year-olds, they don't even know what life is. They'll never get married. They'll never have children.
Mm-hmm.
They'll never go to prom. They'll never be able to enjoy being a child because somebody, now and it's always that trope of, oh, she suffered from mental issues. And I don't want to hear that shit. At this point, that's getting tired.
Yeah.
So to all of those who have been affected by the shooting, I know my condolences will do nothing to bring your loved ones back, obviously. But I do send those your way and prayers. And I hope and pray that one day this shithole of a country we call America can get their shit together and pass common sense gun laws.
Yeah.
So before we get into the episode, just take a moment of silence. Hopefully, and I say that with very little hope, we can get some type of gun reform going on. It's always going to be a conversation until there's some action behind it. So, I mean, at this point, all we can do is be enraged and vote better people in, not just because they identify with being a Democrat like us, but on much deeper issues than that. But anyways, let's get into the episode. Let's get into this icebreaker that we got, because I have questions.
Lots of them. So y'all, this week, instead of me asking Lyah a random ass question, we got a video that's gonna take you on a ride for sure. But I also want to say something real quick before we get into that as well. They won't do anything about the guns in America, but y'all want to ban TikTok. So it's just weird to me.
And Black books.
Focus. Huh?
And Black authors and Black books.
Oh yeah, they taking Black authors off
and
the
drag
shelves.
shows. Get the
anyway. Y'all want to do that, but y'all can't take care of the guns. Okay.
Got you. Priorities fucked up.
Fucked up.
Summarized.
But let's get into this weekly wrap up. thinky thing. Let's do it.
If your name's Jessica and you live in northern Colorado, I need you to check your voicemail right away because I have your checkbook. My wife thinks we're having an affair and I don't know how to fix it.
So I'm scrolling TikTok late night, come across a video where the algorithm is getting way too close to home. My name's Jessica. I live in northern Colorado. I never answer my phone. I never listen to voicemails. I very rarely respond to text messages. So I'm watching this last night, laughing, and then I decide, hey, let's go ahead and check my voicemail. So I checked my voicemail, and sure enough, here this is.
This is kind of strange, but I was cleaning out my car with my husband and came across a checkbook with your name on it. And I'm not quite sure what's in my car, and I'd like to return it to you if it's yours. So if you could give me a call back.
So after listening to that, I immediately thought I was hallucinating on my weed gummy. And after listening to it a few more times, realized that it was real. So we stayed up way too late, spent countless hours laughing hysterically at all of the comments, thinking about all the ways that we could fan the flames of this amazing situation that we found ourselves in, wreak absolute havoc on both of our relationships. Then realized that you're sitting with the upper hand. You can very easily sell my information on the dark web, write some checks. So let's get this figured out. All right, so we have an update while I was filming this. We have been in touch, found out that our kids go to the same elementary school. We still don't know how the checkbook got into the car. We're gonna meet up later today so I can get my checkbook back and hopefully try to figure out what happened. Thanks, guys.
When the world
I want to know. Did your kid get a hold of your checkbook? And because you know how kids are, kids will go through their parents' stuff and they're not supposed to, and they'll end up bringing shit to school that they're, you know what I'm saying, that they're not supposed to be bringing to school. It's happened countless times. You've had
I sold my grandmama's diamond ring to a girl back in 2nd grade. So
you've had stories of of kids bringing sex toys to school and thinking it's something to play with. Like they got whole dick and balls in their bag and they think it's a toy. You got kids bringing their parents edibles and shit to school thinking it's a snack. Whole time they high as hell.
They high as hell.
So it's like, was that the case? Did you leave it out and they took it and thought it was cool and brought it to school and in some kind of way made it fell out of a child's book bag and it got into your car? Like, there's so many different scenarios that I was thinking of.
But that's weird, huh? Like, you're just home, you chewing on your edibles, and then all of a sudden, you get a TikTok about you. You check your damn curiosity, like, damn, what if I'm Jessica? What if that's me? There's so many Jessicas, and it's you.
Literally
you.
Literally. That is crazy.
I've been like, how did this happen? Am I being stalked? Is this a prank? Am I being punked? I would be, ooh, child. And I'm a paranoid person anyway, so like, it would have spent me too.
That's just like the guy who that's just like that. I seen a TikTok. First of all, I don't know who's doing this. I don't know why you would do this in the first place, but I seen a TikTok where the girl was talking about she had a new fear unlocked because she saw something about people going to the gym commando, and then she scrolled on TikTok a little bit further and found out that a guy went to the doctor. He thought he had pink eye, but he had chlamydia in his eye. Because what ended up happening was, because he was like, I don't understand how I even have chlamydia. I have not had sex in like 3 or 4 months. So how is that even possible? And his doctor was like, do you go to the gym? And he was like, yeah. She was like, the doctor was like, well, possibly what could have happened was somebody, was using a piece of the equipment that you were using. You put your towel down, and once you picked it back up to wash your face, their infected juices from their coochie got into your eye.
Wait, do you know how juicy you gotta be to be?
Do you know how bold you got to be to put your bare ass on something that everybody got to use? I be damn. You probably got crabs all up in there. You don't know what's going. Like what?
And gym workout clothes are very thin. A lot of them are very thin. So I'm just thinking, like, you were just gushing down there.
You set your ass on the seat of the bench press or the leg press.
Oh my God.
And you didn't wipe it. And that sound, I don't even want to be racist, but that sound like some white people shit.
They do sound like some white people shit. I ain't even gonna hold you.
That sound like some, but even then, like not even just white, but that just sound like a dirty motherfucker. Like, why would you even why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
That just made me think of that, because it's like you're scrolling on TikTok and then you see a TikTok about like, what are the chances of that happening? But I should have used that as an icebreaker too. That's a good icebreaker. Because that's just weird.
It's weird.
Chlamydia of the eye.
And
it came from somebody's ass. Bro.
Mm-mm.
I understand why motherfuckers be having disinfectant wipes and shit, because you just never know. Some people are just that trifling. Like, it's not just you. This is not your own home gym.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just be coming up here free balling.
I'll spray my machines down when I go to the gym. I'll do that before I even touch anything. I find the machine that I want. I'll go over there to the stands, to the sanitizing stands, and I'll spray everything down. And then I'll come back. And then after I'm done, I spray it down again. That's just the rules of the thing, man. You don't just juices flowing.
And then it's like, especially now, if you weren't doing it then, which and come on now, everybody, we're not gonna all sit up here and act like we were just so sanitary and that we, you know what I'm saying, we're just like always washing shit down and always being
COVID should have taught y'all everything I need to know.
And it's like, especially with COVID now, it's like, why are you not taking extra precautions?
Yeah,
COVID showed everybody who's nasty, who the fuck is trifling.
Yep.
Steady, like, come on now. That
now while Lyah unpacks that, y'all, we're gonna get into some Blac Chyna. So Blac Chyna has turned over a new leaf. She got baptized last summer, and honey is removing all things devilish. So let's get into that.
Blac Chyna is looking really good after removing her face fillers. It seems like Chyna's looking to make a lifestyle change. She shared footage from her baptism and also removed a demonic tattoo that she had and removed fillers and implants from her body and face. Chyna's real name is Angela White, and in one of her recent Instagram captions, she says, "My name is Angela." So it looks like she's trying to embrace her true self. I love this journey for her, and I feel like she's going through a period of growth, and I'm excited to see what she does next.
Angela is turning over a new leaf. She's Angela. That's no longer Blac Chyna. So when I heard about this, I was just like, this is just a phase she's going through. But I don't know if it's a phase or not, because homegirl going to the extreme, she's taking out everything she can. And I mean, good for her, because I mean, you can't be a video vixen the rest of your life. Like, that's just not how that works. Everybody gets older. So Lyah, what do you think about this?
I seen a video that had an alternative opinion, but I'll talk about that in a second. Actually, I'll talk about it now before I give my thoughts and opinions. Might as well. The video that I saw said that what people need to realize is that celebrities do not want to look like normal people. The goal of a celebrity is to be different and unique. You know what I'm saying? And hence why they will wear certain pieces of like clothing.
Like a lion head. Like, where the fuck you can wear a lion head in you every day? Yeah,
exactly. Or a big ass snake across your t-shirt. You're not wearing that. That's why they wear shit like that, because they know what other person can buy it. Who's gonna wear that? You're gonna look stupid. You don't have their type of like notoriety. And there's a lot to be said with that, because I was having this conversation the other day. Carisha has said something about liking golden showers or something like that, right? And I'm like, Carisha can afford to say stuff like that because she has a little bit of money, and then she's in close proximity to money. Like, the more money you have, the weirder things get for you. Like,
it's like a phrase, like rich people are into some kinky shit. I don't know
yeah,
why. The more money you
exactly.
got,
It's
the
like
more
when you
freaker
have
you
a certain
get.
amount of money, nobody can tell you, nobody can really like judge you for nothing, because it's like at a certain point you don't relate to a lot of people in the same way that you used to. You're not in that boat financially. So you're able to like do a lot more. Your kinks are hidden by, the amount of money that you have. But to tie it back into what I was saying, celebrities don't like to do what normal people do. When BBLs and all these surgeries start to become affordable, they start to move to other options. Basically, my stomach is growling. I just ate. They start to move to other options. And so people are saying now that they feel like Blac Chyna is doing this because she doesn't want to be like everybody else. Everybody else is getting, now she never got a BBL, but it's just the point of like, now surgeries that were once only affordable, only accessible to the rich, now everybody can go get lip fillers.
Yeah.
Now everybody can go get ass shots. Everybody can go get a BBL. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, and she's not the only one to do that. The Kardashians have removed their implants.
Them motherfuckers look paper thin. Okay.
As well. So to that, I could see why people would say that. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Why people could say they don't believe it's necessarily just like a journey, that she's found Christ. They believe that she's trying to move on to the next trend. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't even think necessarily having a natural body is a trend. Like, you were born with what you got. Now, I feel like her enhancing it, because I've seen a couple of other like videos of her interviews recently talking about it. And she's like, I got kids now, I'm a mom. I seen another clip of Amber Rose to like tie in her to this thing as well. She was on Lip Service, I believe, with Angela Yee, or it could have been Angela Yee's new radio show. Angela Yee was in there, and everybody was like, "Oh, do you suck? Do you do fellatio? Do you do fellatio?" She's like, Amber Rose is like, "No, I got kids. They drink after me. They be kissing me. Like, I got kids now." She was like, "It was different if this is my husband and I'm slopping him down. I go brush my teeth, and then I go, my kids. Oh, the next day they want to kiss mommy. That's different." But just random Joe Snow, she's like, "No, I'm changing because I have children." I think that's really what it is, because y'all know she got a daughter.
I get that, but what I'm saying is like, I understand why people were saying that they feel like it's probably not just a lifestyle change. They're feeling like she's doing this because she's moving on to something different that the public doesn't know about just yet.
I wonder what that could be.
That's what I'm saying. But like, on the other hand,
praise Jesus.
On the other hand, like, I first of all, I can applaud her and commend her for deciding that I don't want to live my life in this way and then doing it publicly for everybody to see. She's not the first celebrity to do this. Alexis Sky is doing it. She's trying to turn her life around. She recently put out an apology to all the girls that she had beef with recently. And she's trying to turn her life around and live her life in a different manner, different fashion, because truth be told, shit gets old. Blac Chyna is about to be.
Came up with, you can't keep doing those.
Yeah, Blac Chyna is in her 30s. She's in her mid 30s. She's getting older. She has children, and they're getting older, and they're able to look things up on the internet or seek things on the internet and have somewhat of an understanding of what's going on with her. And it's just like, I want to be a better example for my kids. And then she did it to fit into the trend. She did the same thing that everybody else is doing for the same reasons. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be in. I wanted to see if I can get ahead, but that wasn't her. And according to like one video I saw, this is something that she's always wanted to do. She's like, I'm going to get back to being myself. This isn't going to be something that I do forever, but I'm glad that she feels comfortable enough now to be like, I can do this and not give a fuck.
I'm excited to see the next phase of her life that she got going on, because she disabled her OnlyFans. Well, I don't know if she disabled it, but she's no longer making content.
No, she deleted it.
Oh, well, good. Even if she like decides on one day, oh, I could come back to popping my vagina across the world, she knows she can make that money. But in my head, if you got kids and you don't want your children to be in that type of lifestyle, at some point you're gonna have to cut it off. I recently was watching this one girl that I'll talk about on my main YouTube channel. She is into that nowadays, and she got all 3 of her kids taken away from her on some other stuff. I don't really know why the kids are taken away, but they're with her ex-husband now, and she's selling herself online. And it's like, damn, do you really have to go to those lows in your life just to make some money? Like, you can make an honest living without having to sell your body. And the girls that do, get rich and, can make millions off of that, good job for you. But girl, the everyday common girl, it's going to be 10 times harder because there's somebody going to always look better than you, look better than you, smaller than you, prettier than you. Like, that's just what it is. So that's a lot.
I feel like with Blac Chyna as well, what people have to realize is that, because in her Jason Lee interview, she was like, I did what I had to do in the moment. In the moment, first of all, the pandemic took a lot of folks out. You really got to see who was rich and who was just flaunting.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to see that. Blac Chyna was nothing like the Kardashians. The Kardashians had it. They wasn't just flaunting. You know what I'm saying?
I think she said she had like $1,000 in her bank account.
Yes,
like
she didn't have. She had nothing. When them folks sued her, they sued Blac Chyna, not Angela White. Those are 2 different people. Blac Chyna is a business and a brand. Angela White was just a regular person. So when she's like, when I did OnlyFans, I needed the money. I had to do what I had to do. I had kids to take care of, and I had bills that needed to be paid. Which everybody turned to OnlyFans, and it's not just an app where people be popping their coochies or whatever. It's really just an app where you can make content. It's just like a Cameo or a Patreon.
You can go in there. You can have like cooking. DDG did like a YouTube tutorials over there, show you how to like make a lot of money. That's how his Zooted Entertainment started. Was like OnlyFans. Like, he started that from OnlyFans, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's not what people think it is. It's not just like spicy content. People get on there and they post pictures or they post cooking videos, or it's just like a Patreon or
any old subscription service.
Any other Cameo, anything like that, where you get on there and you post your content and then people will pay to see it monthly. So it's just like I did what I had to do, and I knew my body would be a surefire way for me to get the money that I needed to keep my bills paid and my kids fed. But like, I'm happy that she is deciding, good for her that she's deciding to like change her life around and just do something different. Because honestly, I feel like people are getting to a point where they are really getting fed up with these celebrities flaunting their lifestyles. They're not buying into a lot of the gimmicks that they were being sold just like 10 years ago, like, which is crazy when you think about it. Like, people literally thought that they had to have a certain body, they had to have a certain image and look a certain way. And it's like, we're not buying into that anymore. A lot of us are waking up and realizing that that's unattainable, especially when you're in a time of like inclusivity and body positivity and all that kind of stuff, and trying to promote more positive, attainable things. What the Kardashians and other people pushed out, it's like, no, we
even they're falling off. I don't want to watch Cruel World Happy Mind, but her videos are really good. But she does these really deep dives of people and the rise and fall of celebrities. And she did one about the Kardashians, and it makes sense because back in 2020, when all of us was like, oh my God, the world is ending, I need to go buy more tissue. They were on private islands living it up because, everyday civilians weren't over there being able to live it up. We were still trying to figure out if we go to the grocery store, is there going to be enough food in there? They didn't worry about that. So it's like, we don't care about flexing culture anymore. Flexing culture is dead, basically. And for the people that got the new money, you can tell they got some new money.
You can definitely tell.
Social media is changing. Celebrities' lives and how we view them are changing, and they might as well get with the program, because honey, we can't afford the Gucci, the Louis, the Prada, just like y'all. It could be on sale today, but tomorrow it'd be a whole nother thing, and we're waiting a couple months, we'll get it. Okay, that's just how things work. So All right, let's get into Jonathan Majors.
Let's
Do
get
you
into
have
Jonathan
anything on
Majors real
him?
quick. Because child, he has a lot going on. And we're going to play the video and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Jonathan Majors has been arrested. So keep in mind that this is an ongoing story, but TMZ just reported that Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York City this weekend for assaulting a woman. Now his team has said he's done nothing wrong, and they look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up. Now according to the report, Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York City this morning after being accused of putting his hands on a woman. The alleged victim had visible injuries and was taken to a hospital where she is now in stable condition. But Majors, he was arrested and taken to jail, but now he's currently out of custody. This is an absolutely wild story, and I really hope this doesn't turn out to be true and everything gets cleared up.
Jonathan Majors.
There were some other updates, and I was trying to find a video. I had a video on the notes where it was more precise and it gave a little bit more of an update, but it came out that the victim in question was his living girlfriend. Apparently they have an apartment in Manhattan and they were in a taxi when all of this allegedly went down. According to the victim, they were having a very heated discussion and Jonathan Majors hit her. He hit her with an open hand and caused a bruise on the back of her ear. And apparently there were some visible like marks around her neck, which would show that she was choked, because that's what she said. Now, this is what a lot of people were confused online, because people were like, okay, if he's the alleged victim, then why did he get arrested? What was the, like, you know what I'm saying? If she recanted her statement, then why did he get arrested that Saturday? I saw a video that an entertainment attorney did, and he was like, basically, I don't know how it works in New York, but where he was, by law, police have to make an arrest if there is probable cause to do so. So if they had an overwhelming amount of evidence that suggested that he had done something wrong, I guess that gives them probable cause, which means that they could legally make the arrest. And that's probably the same in New York, which is probably why he ended up getting arrested. Then it comes out over the weekend. It was breaking like hour by hour. They felt like there was something new. Over the weekend, this story just kept developing. Then it came out that the victim had recanted her statement and said that none of it was true. And then his attorney released a statement saying that the victim was going through some type of medical crisis and she's like in the hospital or something like that.
So what's the proof?
The proof was that, like I said, she had marks around her neck and she had a bruise on her ear. That's the proof that they had. And I guess that's what they used to make an arrest. He has been charged by the district attorney in New York, from what I saw. And he has a court date in May. These accusations, we all know what they can do. We've seen stars who have been on top. We've seen a lot of their careers end because, especially nowadays, with the way we are with accountability culture, you know what I'm saying? We're not allowing people who, well, sometimes I'll say that. Sometimes we don't allow people who beat women or, you know what I'm saying, who are problematic individuals to have a very prosperous or successful career. So if these allegations turn out to be true, this could really kill his career for real, substantially. He's already losing a lot of endorsements, and he had an ad with the Navy and they've pulled it until the investigation has been completed. They're just taking a precautionary measures at this point. They're not saying that he did anything or he didn't do anything, but they're just saying to be safe, we're just going to pull the ad until all this gets resolved, which I feel like that's a very smart move to do. And if I were a company, I would be temporarily putting things on hold until things get sorted out. Because God forbid, like, say it ends up not being true. If he ended up not doing what he's accused of, now I've lost all of my endorsements. I don't want to say for nothing, but you know what I'm saying, when it could have just been a temporary pause. So yeah, he's had quite a few good years, this year being one of his good years. He's in the Ant-Man movies, and he was in Creed, and both of those movies had big openings at the box office. Creed being his biggest movie opening that I know of. So I'm hoping that it's not true, because I hate to see a Black man's career be ruined. But if it is, you know,
if he a piece of shit, he a piece of shit. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, if it is true, it's gonna suck, because everybody loves, you know, Jonathan Majors, and it's like, damn, you know. But that was a breaking story, and that was shocking to everybody, because it's like, what?
That's crazy. I heard nothing about this until today. I was like, who the hell is Jonathan Majors? I don't know nothing about this dude. But the way I see it, I mean, Chris Brown still got his career, and he's still out here actively whooping chicks' butts. So if Jonathan could be out here whooping chicks' butts to have a successful career, then I guess Chris Brown just gonna keep having his successful years. Like, that's fucking wild. Because if she got bruises on her neck, a bruise on her ear, what she do? Beat herself up? Like, come on now. And she probably was scared and took it back. You know, that could have happened. So I guess we just gonna have to keep watching that story, because
it could have, and it confused a lot of people, because the statement that his lawyer released said, we have clear evidence that shows that my client is provably the victim. I want to know what the evidence is.
I want to see I want to see some camera footage. I want to see the confession from the taxi driver. I want to see some good proof. Give me some proof. That's what we got to do.
Yeah, I don't know if there is any camera footage or not, but they were saying that she recanted the statement. So I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on, but everybody's closely watching this story, because
we'll keep them updated on our reels, or on our YouTube shorts and reels and all that good stuff. Now the next story that we got, y'all, girl, I know Lyah tired to talk about it. I'm tired to talk about it too. But
I'm really sick of these people, because y'all, I don't even know if let's just recap you before we even get into it.
Before we even play this damn video.
Let's just recap it. So, you know that the ladies of Escape and the ladies of SWV have a show on Bravo called The Queens of R&B, and they are trying to go on tour. Okay. This is not their first rodeo being on TV. SWV had a show with Salt and Pepper where they were trying to go on tour. Escape had a show where they were trying to go on tour, and I don't know if it failed. I think Candy ended up leaving the group, and they had to be Escape 3. I don't know. Anyway, now the second episode of the show is when all the shit got started, because Tamika Scott revealed that her sister Latasha Scott stole her money, $30,000 to be exact, and she has now come out with a series of videos, or with one long video on her YouTube channel, presenting receipts, because her sister has said that she is a liar.
And she keeps trying to double down. That's my thing about her sister. You keep doubling down.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, girl, quit fucking lying.
Let's watch the clip, and then we're going to come back, because there's a whole lot more. My voice is going out. But anyway, there's a whole lot more that was said.
Let's get into it.
Truly, in my heart, do not want to do this, but I don't have a choice. My sister is online saying that I'm lying, and after I finish revealing what I'm about to reveal, I don't want an apology. I just need you to go somewhere and repent and ask God to forgive you and your husband, who's out here being trifling, lying on me and my other group members, sending threat text messages from an anonymous number, but then turn around and do a video and say the same thing that's in the threat text. Girl, let me explain what the text. I will put it up here so you guys can see it. And, I might even share the video where she's saying things that's in the text. So I got a threat text about me, Tiny, and Candy, all right? First of all, her husband says that I sent him naked pictures. And he said something about Tiny, and he said something about Candy that I'm not going to say, which are all lies.
News is, right?
About you stealing the $30,000?
No, now the news is Tamika, my sister-in-law, was sending me naked pictures, Todd sucking a tranny's dick, and Tiny in trouble. That's about to be the biggest news.
He's evil. So I'm not going to do too much, but I will clear my name. I will show you a few pieces of evidence that shows how they went in and they changed my address to their address, how they changed my email. Everything that Miss Diane did was changed by my sister, Latasha Scott. That will give you evidence. I was very nice. I was being very nice to say that only $30,000 was stolen from me.
First of all, that's a lot. That's the clip that's one of the first clips that I saw when I was trying to find a clip for the story that we were a clip for this story. Now, that was the bombshell that allegedly there was a sex tape that Tamika had made. She gave it to her sister to hold. Her sister said somebody stole it from their safe, and then now all of a sudden she's getting like threats from this anonymous number texting her. That was the biggest bombshell that I was just, when I heard it, I was just like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. In other parts of the video, Tamika Scott goes into detail about how everybody got sound up for this sound check thing or whatever it's called back in the early 2000s. And basically what it was it's a service where you can get, where they were giving royalties for artists songs or whatever. They would get like checks or whatever. I don't know. I put the clip in our note, but that's not the one we end up going with. But in the video, in the clip, Tamika's mom, Tiny's mom, goes on to explain that, first of all, she found out about it through her business manager because her husband was in a band and she signed her husband and his bandmates up for it. And then she ended up signing the girls up for it. Everybody, she at the time, Tamika Scott was living in New York. She was not living in Georgia. So Miss Diane decided that, hey, I'll do your paperwork for you. And, you just give me the address. She got the address and gave them all the information. When Tiny's mom checks in, is like, hey, you got your checks? Tamika's like, what checks? What you talking about? You supposed to be getting checks, your royalty checks from this sound check, whatever. I haven't gotten any checks. Well, Tiny's gotten hers and Candy's gotten hers. They changed the address. Mm-hmm. And according to Tamika Scott, in the video, in the clip that I seen, they said something like, she said that her sisters changed the contract and said that she was her manager.
That is grimy. Wait. Okay. So Tamika's sister told the people that she was
Tamika's manager.
And she took the girl, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Hold on. Because it get listen. Because when I say when I tell you that there were some receipts I didn't watch the whole YouTube video now.
Yeah, her YouTube videos are long as shit, but
they're long as hell. But the clips are on TikTok. Mm-hmm. But she said that there was a contract that was signed, mm-hmm. and in the contract, Latasha Scott said that she was the manager, and they went in and like Miss Diane even name dropped when she was explaining the whole process of like the paperwork and all that kind of stuff, and the guy that she talked to, she name dropped the guy. Mm-hmm. When Tamika was like, I called the guy, and they were like, well, according to the paperwork, the address has been changed to somewhere in Hampton, Georgia. Mm-hmm. Why is it in Georgia if I'm in New York?
Right.
And then I guess with the numbers that she released, somebody Googled and found out that, and I saw this on Kempire, so I don't know, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I don't know. But somebody Googled and found out that those numbers, one of those numbers that she had, that Tamika had showed, was apparently linked to the 5th member of Escape, i.e. their mother. So they mom, and then their sister, now Latasha Scott and her husband, at the time of all this going on, they were living with her mother. They mama had something to do with this. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They mama had something to do with this. She had to been getting a cut of that girl money. Had to. And then she's like, and then 30,000, they actually stole more from me than that. I just said 30,000 and I didn't want to prosecute them. The only way I was gonna be able to get my money back is if I had prosecuted. And she was like, and my name was forged on the check, but Edward or whatever that man name was, Bivens, Latasha Scott's husband, signed it, and that's how they were able to cash it.
What the fuck?
Go watch. Listen. But people that join this stream in the playback, y'all can go watch her YouTube video. She will break all of that down for you. And then there was a lot more tea that came out just about Latasha Scott and her husband and the marriage. The dad said, and the mom too. I seen a video, Millie Chun on TikTok. She broke it down.
Good. She's real good.
Yo, yeah, she's real good. She's like the lovely tea of TikTok, in my opinion. Millie Chun, she broke it down and she was like, I didn't watch the entire interview, but the dad said that he never got an invite to the wedding. The only wedding he got an invite to was to Tamika's, and that if he had known that their mom felt the way that she did, like that she walked out on them and stuff like that, he would have never came around and just did things with them. He was like, I never even knew that there was a problem, because I'm always coming to things with the girls and everything like that. We just grew apart.
Yeah.
And we were seeing other people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how that happened. I didn't just walk out. So there's a lot of drama within this family that was hidden for a very long time. And this show is bringing it out.
This show was, it didn't need to, I don't know if it didn't need to be made with them in it, but it's just like, I know nothing else about the Escape SWV show outside of Tamika and what's her name? Whatever
Latasha.
Name is.
And then the catty beef that's going on with Candy and everybody else.
Yeah. Like, okay, let's get into that a little bit too. So Candy, I know people like to say, there's a Beyonce of the group, when really Beyonce is a Beyonce. None of you bitches is Beyonce. I'm gonna try to get that together, okay? But as far as Latasha thinking that she was about to go and have this amazing, outstanding career, I only know her from Escape. It's not like I know her doing anything outside of that, but with Candy bringing up like, hey, like, you've been eating off me for years, 20 years. Like, when we really think about it, when we think of Escape, a lot of people think of Candy, and that's not being shady. That's just
but I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Candy and Tiny,
they paved the way.
Not even with them paving the way, but they're the most notable ones. Yep. Now, granted, I'm not gonna lie, the Scott sisters, they can sing, and Latasha Scott does the same old runs.
Yep. She too. I seen that TikTok.
That ain't me being shady. That's what Candy said. Not me. But like, she does the same old runs, and she was like, you know what I'm saying? You're sitting up here talking about me, but you've been doing them same old tired ass runs from the 90s, and ain't nobody said nothing to you. I'm your group mate. Why would you be talking about me? And then if you notice, a lot of the hits that they have, my voice is on there. I'm singing the lead. Like, what do you mean? Which is true.
It is very true.
Which is very, very true. And like, I'm noticing too that like a lot of like, okay, if you bring up Candy's name, because Candy has a lot more going on. Candy has her toy line. Candy's got her restaurants. She's on the show. Obviously, she has Real Housewives that she does. If you bring up Candy's name, it's like you're guaranteed to get talked about and get a headline. And like Candy was saying, like, can y'all please like bring up something that does not involve me. She was like, and also go buy Tasha Scott's album called Conversations with God. Apparently all her conversations with God been about me. Apparently. Candy's a petty bitch. I'm not
She's
going
so petty. But the way she said it is very like, I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it.
But
like
I'm gonna say
that.
it anyway.
It's true. It's so freaking true. And then she was like, she wants to go big in the gospel area of music. And she's like, remember my song? And I was like, damn, Candy did have a big song.
She was like, I had a number one gospel song, something that you are trying to do. Like, and see, when you have to do that, when you have to go that low, it's like, I didn't even want to do that. That wasn't even my intentions. But you gonna stop playing in my face. You gonna stop playing in my face, and you gonna stop trying to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, I haven't had any number one hits. Candy may not like. Now I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm not being shady. When I heard a live like performance of theirs, and I'm not gonna flock to a show because vocally I'm not impressed
by none of them.
Yeah,
Latasha, she has a good voice, but I'm not. Tiny. I wouldn't go see a Tiny concert. I wouldn't.
No, I would. And then Candy, like, to me, maybe mixed and mastered, it sounds good. Come on now, y'all, because y'all know the legs and hips and body. Like, y'all seen that TikTok. And then, like, with her singing it, no, it's just a no, babes.
It sounds like Candy got that auntie voice. You know how you be at the cookout and you be like, she got a little tune to her, and then she start doing too much. That's Candy.
Yeah, it's like you can sing a little bit.
Yeah, like I can hear it. You know,
not too much. A little bit. Don't get too carried away now. But I'm saying, like, and that's not me being shady. That's just my opinion. And you know, everything is subjective. But I'm not rushing to go see an Escape show. SWV, yeah, because
yes,
Coco can sing down. When you listen to an SWV song, Coco's vocals are the lead, and that's fine. That's how you know that's what sets them apart.
Coco didn't even want to be a singer. She wants to be a hairdresser. They forced her into this life.
Literally, I didn't even know that.
I seen a podcast with them in it, and she was like, "Yeah, I was a hairdresser. I was trying to do their hair. I wasn't trying to be in them singing with them." And when she did the that Weak in the Knees song, when they did that, she was 19, and she was like, "I just was in there screaming in that damn mic, girl. It didn't sound like it."
Shit. Just like Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell was 16, talking about some "Can we talk?" He didn't know shit about shit.
Not a damn thing.
He knew nothing about nothing. But anyways, this whole thing with, I was gonna do like a deep dive on Tamika Scott and like that whole situation with her sister, but it keeps developing. It keeps coming out. There's more and more that keeps coming out every day, and it's honestly, it's getting tired. And the conclusion that I can come to is this: the mom was very much a fifth member of Escape.
Yes.
And she is the reason for a lot of the tension between the two of them. And then when you have a child, when you have a person that's being treated like the redheaded stepchild, and like they want to make everybody happy. Yeah, I'm gonna use money to see if I can buy like your love, and if I can buy your acceptance and attention and stuff like that. And when she starts speaking out and being like, "Hey, listen, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm going to speak my truth." Now all of a sudden it's, you waiting to the cameras to do this and da 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 da. It's like, nah, because y'all sitting up here playing in my face, acting like I'm just fucking crazy out here. No, you stole my money. You tried to cover it up. I found out about it. And then for you to sit up here as my sister and try to act like you're such a Christian, no, I'm going to show them how much of a Christian you are not. I'm going to show them, my mom, how much of a Christian you are not. How much of an enabler you were. And that's really, really fucked up, because people wonder why their kids, parents wonder why their kids be putting them in nursing homes because of shit like this. Look at how
'Cause
y'all be treating us when y'all are able-bodied.
Yeah, y'all be not shit ass people in real fucking life.
In
but
real life.
thinking y'all like these kings and queens and I'm gonna worship you when you get older. No, it's fuck you. Like it's real life, fuck you.
And they love to use that verse, honor thy mother and thy father, for thou days will be longer. Don't cherry pick. Say the whole verse.
And
What's
the
the verse?
whole
What
thing.
it say? Don't it say something about taking care of the kids and don't tempt your kids? Don't it say that in there somewhere? I don't really know the Bible like
It may
that.
not be the whole thing, but shit, y'all get what she's saying.
I didn't sit up here and memorize the Bible. I can't go around here quoting 2 Timothy verse 12.
Who the hell is Timothy?
It's a book in the Bible called.
Is there a Timothy verse?
But you
I
know
don't
what I'm
know
saying?
nothing about it.
That the point being, people will use religion, and I feel like that's what's happening here. She's trying to use religion to gaslight.
Bible.
And I don't be liking that. And it's like at the end of the day, the more she taught, and then she was like, Tamika was like in the video, I really didn't want to do this. I didn't want to say that, which she probably didn't. But at the same time, shit.
Sometimes you just gotta let that motherfucker truth out, honey. Okay, you just
For
gotta
real.
let it
Sometimes you gotta do what you got to do. I was gonna do
all of our topics.
I'll try to find the Ice Spice video of her
I
being
could bring
booed
that
on
up
stage.
too.
I did not hear anything about that, but I have been seeing a lot of hip hop shit being talked about on Twitter as of late.
I want to also bring up, since those are all of our main topics, Lotto has a new radio show.
I was gonna bring that up too.
One. I think it's called some 777.
Yeah, that's
radio.
all.
I'm gonna watch that, and I'll probably do a short on it if we don't do a video about it. I'm gonna do something on it so we can talk about that at a later date. But I'm proud of her. But people were like, "Oh, you're copying Nikki. You're copying Sweetie." Everybody got a podcast. Everybody has a podcast, and Nikki only does her podcast, her Queen Radio, when some shit going Zoom. Okay, she don't be doing that every freaking week, so I can't even say, "Oh, she's copying." I get so annoyed with that. And then as far as Ice Spice, now Ice Spice, she's new. She's a baby to this, okay? And she got booed off the stage. Well, she got booed while she was on stage. And people are saying her stage presence is very much lackluster. This is the thing. When you're a new artist, I feel like they need to go through those new artist boot camps. You know how Diddy used to do the boot camps?
They used to have artist development. They don't do that anymore.
They need that back. Because, honey, these people get out here, they stand in one fucking spot. I need you to work that stage. I bought this whole stage for you to work this motherfucker. You need to move your body, girl. You're a pretty girl.
Not even working the stage, but work your crowd and engage people. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the video. Lola Brooke was performing Don't Play With It. And you know they be up there on the stage and they have like the hype men. That was the only person hype. The crowd is like literally silent. And it's just like somebody said she need to get a new song. Then somebody's in the comments was like she's just testing the audience. Shit, well, they failed that. They get an F for participation.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, okay, but back to Lotto for a second. First of all, I feel like when Nikki does stuff, oh my God, it's really, really smart of her to have Queen Radio because she can get out in front of stuff and she can announce stuff on her own terms and is that not the same for Lotto? Lotto can have her friends that she's, people that she's friends with in the industry on the show, and they can talk about albums, and she can use that show to announce her up and coming projects and things like that.
Yeah.
Granted, you are an artist for real, and you're booked and busy. You're not going to have time to always sit and film an episode for a radio show. You're just not, because that takes a whole lot of, planning. And if you want to get guests on, you got to book them. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot. So no, Nicki Minaj does not do her podcast all the time, but at the same time, I need for people to stop trying to compare the two all the time.
Yeah.
Every time somebody do something, you trying to be like nigga, you trying to do it. No, leave
Maybe
people
she just want
alone.
to do her own thing. And Apple even
Yeah.
came out and was like, this has been in a production for a year. Like, this ain't nothing. Oh, last week she was like, I want to do a radio show. This has been
Yeah,
in
like that's
production
not
for
how
a
that
year.
happened.
People are weird, child. They weird. And I think I'm over the comparison of things. Because we had talked about
Literally.
Chloe and Halle and how people are like try to like pin them against each other, even though they're sisters. Like, yo, we gotta stop the bullshit. Like, we got to. Because everybody is very much unique in their own way. It's not too many things out here that can be created, be invented.
Nothing under the sun is new.
No, everything has been copied. Like, the sentence I'm saying right now has been said a gazillion times. Like, come on now, y'all. Come on.
And then with Chloe and Halle, I feel like people want Chloe to be more like Halle in her career choices. And it's like, that's not who Chloe is, but that's a whole other subject. But y'all, that's all our topics. That's all we got to talk about.
Also, this is my last episode of being 26.
Stop crying.
I'm gonna be 27. I'm excited though. I am excited about like being 27 because that's like a golden year in your 20s for whatever reason. I've heard that, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm that. So I have 6 days until 27. I'm excited. So I will see y'all on my birthday. Actually, I'm gonna be posting up a solo podcast, so be looking out for that for sure. Lyah, you got any closing remarks?
Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
All right.
Thank you for watching the Two Real Chicks podcast. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to our channel and press the bell so that you don't miss a single upload. We're always interested in hearing what you think, so be sure to leave your comments and thoughts on this week's episode in the comments below. We'll see you next time.